It is now September 2, and I'm packing everything up, saying goodbye. This was my old POV when I used to stream. I replaced these two light bulbs. That one just broke again, but because I knew I was gonna move out, I didn't bother replacing it. But that one still works, which explains the inconsistent lighting, but whatever. When I first moved into this apartment, this place had nothing. So I had this table moved. I used to play Valorant a lot and Counter-Strike and all these competitive games, and having to put my arms in this weird position, it really bothered me because my elbows kind of have to fly. Luckily, I'm no longer a professional gamer, so this isn't like a huge deal anymore. Also, I'm not saying goodbye to my equipment because I'm actually bringing everything to Taiwan, including my microphone. Now, this is something that you guys definitely don't see, but this is under my desk. If you guys live in the Philippines, do not get Sky Cable. I upgraded to this beautiful, beautiful modem. Super expensive internet. The only lock-in period was like 6 months because I'm not gonna live here for a whole year. You guys can see that it's blinking red, and that was the sign that I had to move out because my contract ended. I can no longer work here. Although this chair is really expensive, the bottom part of the chair flakes. The floor just gets completely stained. I already unplugged my computer and I'm gonna ship it out to Taiwan. Alright, so here's the backdrop. I'm just saying my room in Taiwan isn't that spacious, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be having a backdrop for my streams and stuff, but I hope I do because I've got a bunch of cool stuff back here. I got my Casey hat, I got my LaMelo Ball Funko, my John Wick Funko. I got a Lamar Jackson Funko that's coming soon. And then one of my most viral videos was the Grimace egg, so of course I have to put it in the background. I got Poe, UCLA, Japan, Louis Vuitton. I know I kind of dress like a bum sometimes, but hey man, if I want to drip out, I drip out. So yeah guys, this is my stream setup. Out of the 3 apartments that I've been in, this is probably the best audio you can get. My neighbors can't really hear me. I mean, they probably can, they just don't approach me, but I get pretty noisy and I haven't had a single noise complaint ever. But at the same time, I've never had a noise complaint period, so like my previous 2 apartments also didn't have noise complaints. Maybe I'm just not noisy enough, I don't know. And yeah, I'm gonna go pack up now. The next time you guys see me, I'm in the airport. Where's the cute dog? You can open and then you can just put it down. Oh. Alright, so when I got home, I had to unpack the PC. We had to wrap it in 3 layers of bubble wrap, and so that's why I had to use scissors. We also put a bunch of junk inside the box to make sure that the PC doesn't move too much. We decided not to bring the monitor from Manila to Taiwan because we figured we need to save up as much space as we can, so I had to purchase a monitor online. You can see that it's an MSI monitor. It took me a couple of days to pick one out that I really liked because it needed to be 144 Hz, 1080p, 24 inches because my desk isn't that big. It's kind of cool because this bottom piece is like a V, and I just thought it was like the coolest thing ever. This was me unpacking the monitor for the first time, and I really hoped that there was no damage to the monitor, and it looked really good, guys. Like, for the size and for the quality, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. There's also this little thing to attach to the back. I assume it's just for the wires to make sure that it doesn't get super, like, messy back there. I also had to pull out the manual because for some reason the monitor just wouldn't stick to the stand. So after I plugged in all of the cables, here it is. Here's the monitor that I've been waiting for forever. It was actually quite affordable, not gonna lie. I think the monitor is really slick. However, I do think that it's quite short. I don't think the stand is really tall, but luckily my table can go up and down, so I can adjust it whenever I want. Oh yeah, and this desk is a huge upgrade compared to the one in Manila, as you guys saw in the first part of the video. I can adjust the height as much as I want to. In fact, I can even go up to like a standing position if I wanted to, which I'll show later in the video. What do you think? About there. Now I need to set up the computer. I went straight to work and worked on the computer, and as you guys can see, we put a bunch of stuff inside that could really cushion the PC when it was transported from the Philippines to Taiwan. And immediately after looking under my desk, I noticed an issue. So the cables are actually quite short. The HDMI and the power cord can't really reach all the way down there to where I wanted to. So if I wanted to work in the standing position, this monitor just won't be able to get the power supply it needs and it won't connect to the computer. You guys can see that I do have this outlet that will mess up my cable if I raise the table too high. After like 20 minutes of like thinking of how to solve this issue, I decided to just continue unpacking. And so I unpacked my HyperX keyboard and noticed how filthy my keyboard is. Look at how filthy this is, guys. Like, look at this zoom in. Oh my god, this is so gross. So yeah, after cleaning it up, which took actually no time at all, to be honest. What took the longest for me was taking out the keys and putting them back in, which took forever. And when I unpacked my microphone, I realized I was dealing with the dilemma of whether I should put my microphone to my left or to my right. I decided to put it in my left for now because it actually blocks the lamp on the right side of my desk, which I use on my bed whenever I want to doom scroll or read something. And yeah, this is my initial setup, which I was perfectly content with. And then, yeah, look at that. Because if I put the microphone here, I thought about it. This light will not be able to 360. Actually, I can try again. I need to think about it. Or I can put it over there. Yeah. That's true. I'll find a better spot. And so I had to come up with a way to set it up on the right side of my desk this time. Because I am shortening and editing this video, it does look really easy, but it took me a while to figure this out, guys. It really did. I started to unpack my webcam too. I actually have 2 webcams. I found an old webcam when we were packing up stuff from my old apartment. I plugged the webcam in and it looked terrible. It looked like something that you'd use for your Skype calls. I plugged in my old webcam I've been using for about 3 years now, and it's still pretty good. I do still need to find a permanent spot for this webcam though, because I am really not happy with this right now. I need to look for like a tripod or something to set it up. And the audio quality in this room is actually pretty sweet. I don't need to yell. In fact, I barely hear an echo. The only issue really is that I'm no longer living alone. I do need to find like appropriate times to record now, and I can't be recording videos at like 1 AM anymore, so that sucks. But yeah, take a look at my desk setup. Let me know what you think. Comment down below, leave a like, subscribe. See you guys next one.